Can you walk me through how you ended up on Kansas State's radar and how they ended up on yours, how you ended up in Manhattan?
Um, it was a crazy process for me going through the transfer portal, and we just kind of matched interest and just came together and felt like it's a good opportunity for me and both the program just coming here trying to make the program better and um, push it to the next level.
The transfer market is obviously a much bigger deal now than it was like 5 years ago. But how would you compare the way you recruited this time to the way things were coming out of high school? How different was it?
It's a lot different from being recruited in high school because when you're going through the portal, you're already in college, so you already know how things work, and you're looking for the best the best possible situation for you and the best possible situation for the program you're going to. In college, I mean, coming out of high school, it's more you're just guessing. So that's the really main difference, and you have to go somewhere where you feel like you're gonna be able to make a change.
What kind of impact do you envision yourself making on this defense next season?
I see myself just coming in and being a player that can make some plays in multiple different roles. Just do my best to make the team better on defense. Defense, I feel like, is not far away from being pretty good. That's what I was watching when I was researching the program, trying to make a decision. So I just want to be a guy that can step in and be a leader.
All right. Thanks, Reese. Appreciate it.
Go ahead, Derek.
Hey, Russ, you and Julius are both from Indianapolis, and then they picked up James Gilbert, a season ago. He was from Indianapolis as a graduate transfer too. Is there a particular connection with some of you Indianapolis guys with this coaching staff?
I wouldn't really say there's connection. I think it's just kind of the luck of the draw. We all kind of communicated with each other. I know me and Julius Brents, we communicated with each other about kind of coming here and trying to make an impact. So I think Coach Klanderman and Coach Kleiman, they just doing a really good job trying to find us and giving us good opportunities.
What's your first impression of the school been? I know you probably had to go there in quarantine and everything, but just your first impressions of Kansas State since you probably weren't able to go there beforehand.
My first impressions is it's a really good place. There's extremely good people here, and there's a lot of support for the program. Football is first, and that's some things that I really like about the program. I'm just mainly excited about the people that I'm around.
I know you talked about playing different roles probably in the secondary, but is the impression for you to play safety at Kansas State?
Yes, sir. I plan to play safety.
All right, thank you.
John?
Yeah, Russ, as it relates to play and safety, what do you feel like are your biggest strengths for someone that hasn't seen you play?
I think my biggest strength as a safety is being a guy that can cover. Being a former corner, I think my covering ability is pretty good, and I think I'm a pretty good tackler. I have good knowledge for the game, so I have to learn this defense and learn it well enough so that way I can be a good communicator and help everybody else on the field be better.
What went into the process of just deciding that you did want to leave Louisville and find a new home?
A lot went into that process. It was just ultimately just me trying to make the best decision for me. And I feel like being in Kansas State now is the best place for me. And I think it's going to be a really good decision for me.
I appreciate it, Russ. Thanks, man.
Ryan Black?
Sorry about that, Russ. I had to get my video turned back on. I was curious how, because he tweeted about it right after you announced you were going to transfer to K-State. How key was it talking with Harry Trotter through this before you got to Kansas State?
Oh, Harry, he was a big factor. I communicated with him multiple times just because obviously you can't take visits during this virus situation. So
yeah,
I just kind of reached out to him to kind of see what the vibe was like out here and how things kind of work so I can get a secondhand opinion, because you hear one thing from the coaches and you can hear another thing from the players and other people. And Trotter, everything that he said was spot on with what the coaches were saying, and he He talked good about the culture of the program and all different things, and he's a person that I could trust. So I knew it was going to be a good situation.
How close were you guys at Louisville? Were you just kind of like teammates who knew each other, or were you guys actually really close friends?
We were pretty good friends at Louisville. We used to hang out all the time. So I had a really good relationship with Trotter.
How close can you come to benching what he can?
I don't know. Hey, Trotter's a freak in the weight room, so I don't know how close I can get to him.
And then I guess my last thing, Russ, how big of a factor, because, when people look at who ended up, transferring out and who's graduating from K-State, they were hit really hard in the secondary. So how much of the factor for you was like, hey, I ought to be able to come in and hopefully play a lot from day one?
Obviously, that's my goal. My goal is to be here and make an impact. I really didn't really pay too much attention to who all transferred by names and stuff like that, but I knew that there was opportunity, and I just see it as a place for opportunity for me, and not only just myself, but just opportunity to make this team better.
And last thing for me, I mean, obviously K-State has always been really good in the return game. Has there been any talk that you'll, and you obviously did some at Louisville, is there been any talk that you'll try to get your hands on the ball, kick return, things like that?
Oh yeah, that's another one of my goals. Obviously, I have to go out there and prove to the coaching staff and everyone else that I can do things like that. But that is another goal of mine, is to get in the return game and have the ball in my hands.